Being in grad school has made me realize my mom was always right. Now, if she were here, she would say, yeah, duh, of course I was, but let me explain. My research is about how sea turtles respond to harmful algal blooms. These blooms can harm the ecosystem by not letting light into the water, killing most of the plants. So when these algal blooms started happening along the east coast of Florida, I wanted to know how the green turtles living there responded. Now back to my mom. Mom lesson number 1 for the day is don't count your chickens before they've hatched. And while I'm confident she's terrified of chickens, I wasn't confident that turtles were impacted by these blooms. In analyzing my lab's long-term data, I learned that we now catch only half as many green turtles as we did in the early 2000s. But what about the blooms was causing this? This led to mom lesson number 2. Always eat your vegetables. Green turtles eat plants like seagrass and seaweed, and plants die in algal blooms. Did what turtles eat change? I took diet samples from over 100 turtles, and they consisted of a lot more seaweed than seagrass, a bad sign for the status of the habitat. Mom lesson number 3. You are what you eat. Now, I never turned into a cheeseburger as a kid, but the signature of what and where a turtle is eating is incorporated into its tissues. Using a technique called stable isotope analysis on 10 years worth of turtle skin samples, I found that turtles showed less diversity in what and where they're eating even 5 years after the blooms. The people with the huge task of restoring the ecosystem now know that green turtles were impacted by the blooms, and that if they don't do something to fix it, the turtles might not come back. In other words, there's no use crying over spilt milk, always clean up after yourself, and above all else, you can do anything you set your mind to. Or at least that's what my mom would say.